Welcome to the VG Tutorials. In this video, you're going to learn how to create test regions for porosity inspection in VGSTUDIO MAX. In the first of our 3 tutorials on P203, I showed you how to perform a porosity inspection on a pump bracket. I examined and toleranced the pump bracket as a whole, as well as 4 functionally relevant test regions on that pump bracket. To keep the tutorial simple, I had created the test regions beforehand and imported them by means of a template into my project. Today, you will learn how to create the test regions on your own. So what we're going to do in this tutorial is create the 4 test regions of the pump bracket. One at the sliding surface, another one at the bearing bore, and one at each of the 2 half shells. To do so, we'll work with the CAD model of the pump bracket. We'll select the region we're interested in. Specify a thickness for testing. And copy and paste the test region from the CAD model to the volume. Once I've created the test regions, I will show you how to save them in a template and how to import the template into a new project. Okay, now that we've seen what we're up to, I'd say we get started. I'll open VGSTUDIO MAX and, on the Welcome page, select the Porosity tab. This way, I have all controls for porosity analysis conveniently in one place. To load the VGL file into the scene, I'll select File, Open, and browse for the VGL file. The data will be loaded into the scene. As you can see, the dataset includes the volume object of the pump bracket and the corresponding CAD model. And very important, the volume has been aligned against the CAD model. This alignment is necessary to make sure that the test regions that we are going to create on the CAD model will fit perfectly on the volume. Since I'll be working with the CAD model, let's switch off the volume for now. To create the test regions, I will create an ROI, that is, a region of interest, on the CAD model. Then I'll copy and paste the ROI to the volume. And finally, I'll give the ROI a color and a name. Okay, let's start with the first test region, which is located at the sliding surface of the pump bracket and has a thickness for testing of 1 mm. In the scene tree, I'll select CAD 1. On the Home tab, I'll select ROI from Object, ROI from CAD Selection. Now I'm going to select the location of the test region. To do so, I'll go to the 3D window, and while holding down the Control key, I'll click to select the region I am interested in. Now I need this dialog here. In the ROI thickness field, I'll specify a thickness for testing of 1 mm. Next, I'll select Extent Perpendicularly to the Inside, so that the region I am going to create will be extended to the inside of my volume. And that's all I have to do here. I'll click OK. And as you can see in the scene tree, I have created an ROI on the CAD model. As a next step, I'll copy and paste this region of interest to the volume. In the scene tree, I'll select the region of interest and press Ctrl+C. Then I'll select the volume and press Ctrl+V. The ROI is now on the volume. So, let's make the volume visible and the CAD model invisible. Now I'll give the ROI a color and rename it. I'll select the ROI. In the Rendering tool, I'll activate the render settings for the selected ROI. Then I'll double-click the color bar here. I'll select a color and click OK. And here it is, the test region at the sliding surface of the pump bracket. Finally, I'll select the test region in the scene tree, press F2 and give it a name that allows me to easily identify it. And I'm done. As you can see, creating test regions in VGSTUDIO MAX is done with a few clicks. Off we go to the next test region, the one at the bearing bore. First, I'll make the volume invisible and the CAD model visible, so that I can work conveniently on the CAD model. Then I'll select the CAD model. And I'll open the Create ROI from CAD Selection dialog via ROI from Object, ROI from CAD selection. I'll select the location of the test region. Now look here. The second test region consists of 2 CAD model elements. No problem, I'll simply select both elements. What's important now is that process each element individually is not activated. This way, the 2 elements on the CAD model will be combined to one ROI. As with the first test region, I'll specify a thickness of the test region of 1 mm. And I'll check that extent perpendicularly to the inside is selected. Then I'll click OK. And in the scene tree, I can see a second ROI under the CAD model. Okay, let's bring the ROI onto the volume and give it a color and a name. I'll copy and paste the ROI to the volume. Make the volume visible and the CAD model invisible. I'll select the ROI under the volume. Activate the render settings. Give the ROI a color. And finally, a name. And here it is, the test region at the bearing bore of the pump bracket. We've created 2 of our 4 test regions. Off we go to the 2 remaining test regions at the half shells of the pump bracket. The 2 regions have the same thickness for testing, so I can save myself quite some time by creating them in one go. Again, I'll start by making the volume invisible and the CAD model visible. Then I'll select the CAD model and open the ROI from CAD selection dialog. In the 3D window, I'll select the 2 elements on the CAD model. And I'll specify a thickness of 3 mm. Now, this time, I have to make sure that process each element individually is activated. As before, I'll make sure that the regions extend to the inside of the volume, and I'll click OK. And in the scene tree, 2 additional ROIs are displayed under the CAD model. I'll copy and paste the ROIs to the volume. Make the volume visible and the CAD model invisible. Then I'll give each of the ROIs a color. And a name. And here it is, the pump bracket volume with its 4 test regions. Now that I have created all the test regions, let's see how I can save them in a template that I can later import into my projects. In the scene tree, below Volume 1, I'll select all the ROIs I want to include in my template. Then I'll right-click and select Export, ROI Templates. I'll give the template a name and click Save. If I want, I can add some information here. Then I'll click Save again, and the template will be saved in the specified location. We've got our template, well done. To round this tutorial up, let's take a quick look at how to import the template into a new project. I'll open the same project again via File, Open. I don't want to save the current project, so I'll click No here. And here we go. Importing the template is a piece of cake. But as I mentioned before, I have to make sure that the volume object has been aligned to the CAD model that was used to create the test regions. As you can see, that's the case here, so I can proceed with the import. I won't need the CAD model, so let's make it invisible. In the scene tree, I'll right-click Volume 1, select Import, ROI Templates, and browse for the template. In the Import dialog, I'll check that all regions I want to import are selected. Then I'll click Import. And here it is, the pump bracket with the 4 test regions ready to be analyzed. And that's it. As you've seen, creating test regions is intuitive and done with a few clicks. All you have to do is select the region you're interested in on the CAD model and copy the region to the volume. When you're done, save the test regions in a template that you can later import into your projects. And remember, Before importing the test regions into any project, make sure that the volume has been aligned to the CAD model that was used to create the test regions. This was the third of our 3 tutorials on P203 porosity analysis in VGSTUDIO MAX. If you want to dive deeper into the topic, make sure to check out these tutorials. In our tutorial P203, Implementing a Porosity Analysis Workflow, you'll learn how to set up a workflow for a porosity analysis step by step. And with our tutorial P203, Automating a Porosity Analysis Workflow, you'll learn how to speed up inspection processes in Foundries by automating your inspection workflows. And finally, you'll find the PDF version of this video tutorial if you want to try it out on your own. I hope you enjoyed this video. You'll find a list of all our tutorials on our documentation landing page via Help, Show Tutorials. Plus, make sure to register on Nexus and make it your go-to place for sharpening your expertise. Get access to this video and other information material to get the best out of our software. And visit the VG community to exchange ideas, ask questions, and discuss topics with other users and our Hexagon experts. And stay up to date on the latest news and developments. Register now, a world of insight awaits. Thanks for watching, and see you soon on Nexus.